Good morning. With the rising spread of COVID-19, we were pleased to receive a call from Jared Moskowitz, Director of Florida's Division of Emergency Management, who requested the use of 3 of our high schools as part of an effort to reduce the spread of COVID-19 in Broward County. Starting this Friday, July 24th, Dillard High School, Blanche Ely High School, and MacArthur High School will be sites for members of the community to receive COVID-19 testing. 1,100 tests daily at each school will provide a total of 33,000 tests over 10 days, which is how long the testing sites are scheduled to remain open. This is great news. We recognize the importance of testing as one of the ways to help drive down the number of COVID-19 cases. Today, we're going to talk about several things. First, e-learning expectations. How will it be different and what will it look like? Second, exceptions to e-learning. These are cases where we will provide in-school instruction to our most vulnerable students. And we'll also discuss gating criteria, which will cover 4 categories of metrics that we will continue to monitor to determine when we transition from e-learning to hybrid and full-time face-to-face models. And we'll also explore health and wellness checkups for our students and also look at a homework hotline proposal. These past several months have been a real awakening on many fronts. We've awakened to the persistent threat and impact of the COVID-19 pandemic and the deadly consequences of what happens when we put politics and ideology over science. We've also awakened to our country's institutionalized racism and injustice that has been sparked by the murder of George Floyd. And parents and caregivers all across this county and this nation have awakened to how difficult and challenging the teaching profession can be and how essential our public schools are to the functioning of our economy. This moment has also been intensely difficult for our parents and caregivers as they worry, not only about their children's education and development, but also they have to deal with job loss and instability, food insecurity, family and friends with health challenges, and living in a climate of fear and anxiety about what next week will bring. It has also been enormously challenging for our teachers, many of whom are also struggling parents, while we're asking them to teach under conditions for which they have not been prepared. So I asked everyone, parents and teachers in particular, please give each other some grace and understanding during this unimaginable time. We need to provide each other with love and support while recognizing that everyone will have to make sacrifices so that we can get through this together. And if we can do that, our children will be the beneficiaries of our collaboration. I respect our teachers immensely. They are dedicated professionals who provide valuable education to our students. I am grateful for the love and care they give our children every day. I am grateful for how quickly they pivoted to distance learning within just a week's notice and used their personal spring break time to prepare for their students. And I'm inspired by how they collaborated to help their colleagues get up to speed on e-learning tools and strategies. Not surprisingly, things were not perfect during the last 12 weeks of the school year. There were challenges and inconsistencies in what students and parents expected and experienced. During the last 3 months, we've listened and learned a lot from our teachers, students, and parents. We're using those experiences and lessons learned to significantly improve the quality of e-learning. Our teachers are receiving additional training over the summer And this training will continue throughout the school year so that they will be most effective in engaging our students. We're asking our teachers to step up once again. When schools open on August 19th, it will be 100% e-learning model. Our teachers will deliver the best e-learning experience possible by providing direct, live instruction in the classroom or virtually through our online e-learning platform and tools. I believe in our teachers, and I have no doubt that they will deliver. Our teachers will deliver because they are passionate about their work and they love their students. Their work is vital in helping our young people to develop their skills, to believe in themselves, and to hope and dream of a better future. I stand here today as a testament to the power of teachers to transform lives. I came to the United States as a 6-year-old immigrant and became the first in my family to graduate from high school and go on to college at one of the most respected places of learning in the world, Harvard University. Now that's the power of education. Last week, the Florida chapter of the American Academy of Pediatrics wrote a letter to the governor, which included the following. Science should drive decision-making on safely reopening schools. Public health agencies must make recommendations based on evidence, not politics. Currently, viral infection rates in Florida are extremely high, with a rolling average of 14.2% of tests positive for new infections over the past 2 weeks. Public health experts and infectious disease physicians almost universally recommend that children not go to school until the positive test rate is in the range of 3 to 5% over a rolling 2-week average. If children go to school with such high infection rates, schools will be forced to close very quickly after opening, and many children and families will likely become ill with COVID-19. Florida has become the epicenter of the coronavirus, and with community spread of COVID-19 in Broward County increasing, our only choice is to open our schools with 100% e-learning. No one wants our students to return to the classroom more than we do. And I assure you that we will be nimble in our ability to shift to one of the other learning models when COVID-19 cases and infection rates have lowered to what our health officials consider to be a safe level. I will continue to ask our community for help. It will require each and every one of us to help contain the community spread of COVID-19 by wearing masks, by physically distancing, and by washing hands. The only way the district will be able to open our school buildings is when the community has lowered the number of COVID-19 cases. Recognize that we are all in this together, and together during this most challenging time, we will set an example for our kids and for each other. Together we can do this. We owe it to our kids to get this pandemic under control so that we can fully open our school buildings and provide our children with the opportunities I've had to develop their skills, to believe in themselves, to hope and dream, and to be prepared for a successful future. Finally, I ask our leaders to put in place national and state plans that include effective testing and contact tracing. We're asking everyone to fight for our children by advocating for our federal government to pass the HEROES Act, which will respond to the impact of COVID-19 and will assist with the recovery and provide $250 billion to public schools across this country that serve over 50 million students. Our children deserve nothing less. Thank you.